Alright, I haven't done a recording in a video in a couple of days. I missed yesterday, but there was really nothing to report. We're in a little cove off the Tombigbee Waterway near Gainesville, Alabama. We're about a little bit south of Tuscaloosa, which is over to the east of us. Birmingham, Atlanta line latitude is north of us, north of Tuscaloosa. I know this is driving you nuts, but we're in the quietest little cove I've ever seen. This is, and there was nobody here last night except us and the haints. Haints are southern expression for ghosts. There's the Tombigbee out there. This is a stretch. We're going to spend 9 nights on the Tombigbee Waterway. Last night we were in Columbus, Mississippi. Tonight we're near where I just told you, near Gainesville, which is about 60 miles down. We have 2 locks to go through today, but this, talk about a quiet cove. I rigged up a little bottle to mark my anchor in case the rope breaks. I can go find it. There's a boat ramp right there, but I don't know if anybody's used it in years. But just want to give you a little update. It's September the 25th. We're getting ready to leave here, and we're going to Demopolis today. So we're back in business on the videos. Another little tidbit. We're about a beam of Savannah, maybe a little bit north of it. But when we get to Demopolis, we'll be right about level with Savannah. And the thing that's interesting about this part of the Tombigbee Waterway are there stretches of 40 or 50 miles where there's not an anchorage or a marina. So you just have to plan, and thank goodness I got this boat where I can run it if I need to. Oh, yesterday we encountered a guy. It rained on us all day long yesterday. It was the hardest rain we've ever traveled in since we've been doing this trip. Boston whaler, probably 30-footer with twin 300 Verados ran up. He was delivering that boat to Fort Myers, I think he said. But I followed him in the rain. I talked to him on the radio, and he said, come on. He was a pro. And these guys that transport these boats are amazing. But just a little update. That's the most excitement I've had in a couple of days on this trip. In case you don't have anything to do today, we're getting ready to leave. We're getting ready to get on the river. It's about 9 o'clock. This is Sumter Recreational Area is the name of this little cove on the nautical charts. Sumter Recreational Area. All right, we're off in Chuggin. By the way, this is a brand new video. For those of you that might be doing a study on locks, these things are called bollards, B-O-L-L-A-R-D-S, and they're built in the side of these lock walls. And we're in the lock here just south where we anchored last night, and they just closed the gates behind us. You fill this thing up, open it up, but you come in here and you do a port or starboard side tie up, put 2 lines on them. Where's that camera hog? There's Jenny's up there. She's got put the lines on. I'd drive us in, but there's one across the way, and what they do is they secure you to the wall and they float up and down. On all the other locks, they throw you a line, or you throw them a line to hold you up against the wall. So that's a little lock lesson. Who in the world would have thought that you'd have the White Cliffs of Alabama? Here we are on the Tombigbee, about 25 miles north of Demopolis. Excuse me. We're southbound, and I just heard a tug captain call out that he was approaching the White Cliffs. I guess that's what he meant right there. Pretty interesting. Here are a couple other shots, different perspective, but this little stretch through here is probably half a mile long, half a mile. Just a little geographical point of interest. Today is September 26th. We're in Demopolis, Alabama, which is a pretty nice little town. We're going over here to a marina. We wanted to kind of kill 2 nights here, so we found this another little quiet cove, except there's more civilization here. There's a very nice park right there, and we had it all to ourselves. I guess nobody likes us. I don't know about that. But anyway, there's a Coast Guard station right here, and these are the guys that set the buoys in the rivers. And they came in last night at dark, and he stopped right about here, between here and here, and did a 180. But we're going to the marina and spend the night there tonight, and found out they have a Supercenter Walmart. We're like two children. That's the greatest news we've heard in a long time. We can supply up, and they have a rental car. So enough for this little quiet cove. Not quite so quiet. All right, these are some guys working on this barge. Those are the buoys, they said.
We just left Demopolis, Alabama. This is the Demopolis locking down. This is the next to last dock we will be transitioning. I think this is about number 145. This is interesting. We actually have a neat looking spillway here. We're going downstream. We'll be at sea level after our next lock, which will be in Coffeeville, Alabama.
Saturday morning, September the 28th. We're in what's called an embayment, E-M-B-A-Y-M-E-N-T, and this was dug. We're right up here off the 10-Tom waterway, which is dead ahead of us. It was dug to facilitate or unload this paper mill chips or whatever, or load, and they bring barges in here, and these uprights is what they would put the barges against to hold them, and then they'd load. I know this is boring, but anyway, this is a dug little thing, which was a nice anchorage. We spent the night here last night. Once again, the only ones here, a little quiet and desolate, but we've got 2 more nights in desolation before we get to Mobile. We're 173 miles from Mobile, and we'll be there. We'll spend the night in Mobile Monday night. So we got Saturday night and Sunday night in the wilderness, and I'll keep you up to date. That embankment from the river. We're on Tom Bigby right now, headed south. Here's an unusual sight. We pulled out in the river, and there's a boat. We haven't seen a boat doing the loop in days. I don't know if we're ahead of them or behind them, or if they just want to avoid us. That may be it. But I haven't shot much of this because there's really nothing to shoot. But we're headed. I'm looking north, but we're headed south, and see you later. Unusual happenstance. I had some kind of a question mark about my one of my voltages on one of my batteries was dropping down even when we were running. So we decided to just go ahead and run up to our next anchorage, which was 50 miles, and we're in a little creek. It's 3 o'clock Central Time, and we had to. This is the only anchorage we had to tie a stern anchor out, which is a first for us. But it's supposed to keep you from drifting around. But this pretty place. Let's see if I can show you. Anyway, there's the big river right there. There's Tom Bigby. But this was a little bit unusual happenstance. So stern anchor setting was we figured the easiest way to do it, and that's why I'm over here in this kayak. I've been pedaling around in the kayak, but I put the anchor in the kayak and went back there and set it rather than trying to pull forward and backwards and tighten this and tighten that, and it seemed to work very well. Sunday morning, September 29th, we're at the Coffeeville lock. We ought to be in church, and congratulations to Jim Giddens, by the way. Great job, and Linda. When we go down 33 feet here, we will be in salt water and at sea level. This is the last lock of our journey, maybe?
Yes.
Of the journey. This is it.
146 of them.
146 of them. The first one was in right before Dismal Swamp in North Carolina, but we'll be in salt water on the other side of this. We're about 10 minutes away from getting out. He's, quote, turning it around, as he said, but pretty interesting. Salt water after this, and tidal tides come into effect. All right, here it is. This is number 146, we think, lock that we've been through. We're at sea level now. There's the dam over there. This is Coffeeville, Alabama. We've been 4,430 miles today. Back to Jim and Linda Giddens. Jim has been the preacher at Skidaway Island United Methodist Church for 25 years. The church has been there for 30 years, and if you knew him, you'd know why he was there for so long. He's such a great guy. And his wife Linda is just a mensch, which is a full compliment. She's just the rock. And I'm just glad that we had the opportunity of knowing them for this long. But congratulations, Jim and Linda
didn't.
This is the official wrap-up of this video. I know it wasn't very exciting, but we're headed to Mobile. We're going to spend the night in the wilderness tonight and go to Mobile tomorrow night. So this is the end of this video. I'll start another one.